Welcome to today's edition of 3 Minute Halacha. Until now, we've talked about various brachot that a person has to recite when eating foods. But sometimes a bracha should not be recited. Specifically, a bracha is not recited if it doesn't taste good at all, if it's not pleasurable to eat, or, for example, if a person would not normally eat such a food. And so Sefer HaPardes explains in Shar Vav Otet Zayin that the idea of a bracha is when we derive benefit from something, we need to first ask HaKadosh Baruch Hu for permission. That's the reason for a bracha. If we don't derive benefit from it, then a bracha is not necessary, and that's the position of the Shulchan Aruch and Siman Reish Bet and Siman Reish Daled, as well as the Rambam in Hilchot Brachot, Perek Chet Halacha Zayin. However, to give more specific examples, if something's not fit to be eaten, it's just not a normal food, you don't make a bracha. Or, for example, if a food is only fit to be eaten once it is mixed with something else. So, for example, spices, which you would never eat by themselves, do not require a bracha if you're eating them by themselves. Similarly, food that is spoiled does not require a bracha, and also food that may be harmful. For example, the Gemara suggests drinking plain vinegar would not require a bracha. Foods that normally are considered inedible would include different kinds of food in different societies. And so in Europe, people would often, when they had no choice, eat meat that was raw. By the time of the Aruch HaShulchan, the early 20th century, and then later Reb Moshe Feinstein as well, they felt that people no longer eat raw meat, and therefore raw meat would not receive a bracha. However, the inverse, raw fish, up until recent times when sushi became so popular, people did not eat raw fish. However, nowadays, when people eat raw fish, a shahakol would be necessary if that's the custom in the countries in which they live. One final example is medicine. Interestingly, medicine should not receive a bracha because it's not something we normally eat nor derive benefit from. However, a cough drop, which is not that much different than a candy, according to most opinions, would require a shahakol before eating that cough drop, because it's something like candy that a person might eat even without the need for the medication. Rav Elyashiv was even more strict and suggested that whenever there is a medication that has a good taste to it, a bracha should be made as well. However, to avoid any kind of doubt on medication, therefore a person should have something else with a bracha of a shahakol before having some kind of medicine which has a very good taste.